Hi and welcome to another episode of The Grind. My name is Violet JK. Well, they say that putting on a new pair of glasses or sunglasses is a simple way to upgrade your look. Well, today I'm at Lapaire, East Africa, and I'm going to understand how this business was born and how it has been able to overcome all the hurdles and even rising up in all the challenges that we faced in the last year or two. I'm joined by the expansion manager and I'm going to let her explain exactly what she does. But first, let us know who she is. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Rosin Kilonzo. I'm the expansion manager for Lapaire Group East Africa. Yes.
And what exactly do you do at Lapaire?
So basically my job is to help the company expand into new markets, new territories. So far I have led the expansion into Uganda. Currently we have 3 locations in Uganda, and I've also led the expansion to Nakuru in Kenya. Yes.
So you're not only based here in Nairobi when it comes to Kenya, Nairobi and Nakuru?
No, I'm not just based here in Nairobi. I oversee, basically the clinics that I've opened, I oversee them as well. So I oversee both the clinics in Kenya, that is currently in Nairobi and in Nakuru, as well as the 3 other locations in Uganda.
Well, let's talk about the birth of Lapaire. You started in 2018, you said?
Yes.
How was it starting up?
So basically the company was founded by Swiss national. His name is Jerome Lapaire. He's the CEO of the company. At the time when he founded Lapaire, he was working in Kenya himself at a research company. And he basically noticed that some of his colleagues were struggling with eye issues. They were working on the computer, some of them were driving, and they had never really had like an eye checkup. And so he thought about it and kind of considered the eye care industry in Kenya, and saw that there was a gap that was missing in terms of awareness of eye care, accessibility of eye care services, and basically all of that is what led to the founding of Lapaire.
Yes. Well, you know about the financial startup of Lapaire, how it came to be when it comes to finances?
Originally, the founder, Jerome Lapaire, is the one who financed the start of the company, although over time we've had investors who help us basically be able to run the business. Yes.
So when it comes to Lapaire, what exactly do you deal with?
Okay, so at Lapaire, we deal in eye care. And so basically just to explain that a bit more, we offer free eye checkups, free vision tests. And
for free?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, the vision tests are for free. You book an appointment, you come in, you're seen by an optometrist, qualified personnel who have been trained to screen eyes and to prescribe glasses and to diagnose certain eye conditions. And so once that happens, then we have really affordable glasses. Our glasses start from 3,400 Kenyan shillings, and that covers both the frame and the lenses.
Wow.
I know, it's a really, it's a really good offer, especially given that glasses in Kenya can be really expensive, with glasses starting from like 15,000 in other, sort of players with other players in the market, in the industry. And 15,000, if you think about it, it's not everyone who can afford glasses for that much. We have, the economy is really tough right now. We have people who have families that are depending on them. And so basically for us being able to offer glasses at such an affordable rate is our way of, giving back to the community.
Yeah. So you said you're based in Nairobi and Nakuru and Uganda as well. What made you think of, or rather opt to go outside the country, not expand mostly within the country?
Okay, so first of all, what I'd like to add is that we're not only in Kenya and in Uganda. We also have presence in West Africa, in about 5 other countries in West Africa. And so to explain sort of the expansion process, when the company started in Kenya, the service was being received well by Kenyans, given that it's affordable eyeglasses. But also we wanted to try other markets and find out like what our offer, how our product would fare in different markets. So the first expansion actually was in Ivory Coast, in West Africa. And so the reason why we expanded to West Africa was so Ivory Coast and Kenya are kind of similar in terms of the GDP. of, you know, and in terms of the population a bit, the GDP a bit similar. So Kenya is an Anglophone country, Ivory Coast is a Francophone country. So those are two markets we're trying to compare, how the product will fare in an Anglophone sort of country and a Francophone country that have sort of similar, you know, like a similar economy, sort of, if I may say that. And so that, yeah, so that was the first expansion. The second expansion now was sort of to go into countries that have a lower GDP compared to Kenya and Ivory Coast. And so that's why we went to Uganda. And also in West Africa, we went to Burkina Faso because they're sort of similar in terms of their GDP. So basically that was the strategy at first, to sort of see how the product would fare in different markets. But also, so currently we are working on local expansion in the countries that we're in, both in East Africa and in West Africa. And so, yeah, we actually have a plan to open locations within Kenya in the coming months, actually.
So you say that when you're selling your glasses, you've actually mentioned that you start from 3,400. Why did you opt to go lower than most other optical companies? Okay,
so first of all, the whole point, one thing that we believe in as Lapaire is that, you know, everyone deserves to see well. Right? And our aim is basically to make eyeglasses accessible to everyone in Africa. And so the reason why we go with that price of 3,000, starting from 3,400, is to make these glasses accessible to everyone. 3,400, I would say it's a fair price because our target sort of market, our target audience is not, you know, just professionals, people who work in offices, all of that. I mean, yes, them too, but we also want to be able to improve the vision of, you know, like students, mama mbogas, you know, people, the casual workers, people who really need the glasses but are not in a position to go spend 15,000, 20,000 somewhere else to get a pair of glasses.
What is the process when they come here? Do you have like an optician who actually looks at the people?
Okay, yes. So allow me to explain like sort of the whole customer journey.
Please,
Yes. So most of our customers reach out to us online. We have a very committed digital advertising team, and we source most of our customers online. So they chat with us online, they get to understand our offer, they get to understand where we are located, they also get to book an appointment online, and then we follow up with them and they come in for the appointment. Now, usually how it happens is when they come in for the appointment, they start at the front desk, we welcome them, of course, and then they are shown into the testing room where they meet with our optometrist. So our optometrists, like I said earlier, qualified people, trained people who then go ahead and conduct the vision test, and after that they can go ahead and prescribe glasses depending on the condition that this person has. Yes.
Optometrist and optician, same thing?
Oh, not exactly. Not exactly. There is a difference. There is a difference. When I say optometrists, these are people who went to school for this. We have optometrists who have studied at Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology, because currently there are actually two schools in Kenya that offer the course. It's only Masinde Muliro University and KMTC, Nairobi branch. So these are people who trained for years, really, understand eyes better than anyone else. I didn't know the best way to like sort of describe an optician, but what I can say is that they haven't gone through the sort of the training that an optometrist has.
So once you go through the test with the optometrist, what's next?
Okay, so then when that happens, the optometrist goes ahead and prescribes glasses, like I said, depending on the eye condition. And then afterwards, we can help the person choose frames from, like behind me, you can see like a wide variety of frames. And no matter the frame that you select, the price doesn't change. So the price is not based on the frame. Any shape, any type of frame, metallic or plastic, does not change the price. So if your glasses were to go for 3,400, they will go for 3,400, no matter the frame that you select. So then when that happens...
Wait. Yes. So the lenses, whatever, I think I'm quite a bit...
Yes.
lost. The 3,400 will cover for both the lens and the frame.
Yeah, exactly. So the price basically does not depend on the frame. Like in most cases. Yeah. In most cases, you will go to an optician and they will tell you, okay, so in this line here, if you select this, your glasses will be 3,400. But if you choose this, then it will be 10,000. You know, exactly. So it's a different price. So for us, it's not about the frame; it's about the lenses. So the 3,400 usually covers the prescription anti-glare lenses. Anti-glare basically to help reduce sort of reflections on screens, make it comfortable for people who use screens over like a long period of time, as well as now the frame. Now, if you need glasses that tint when you go outside, I'm sure you've seen such, they're called photochromic lenses, and those ones go for 5,700, and that usually covers, again, the frame, anti-glare lenses, photochromic lenses, and the prescription. So no matter the frame that you choose, if your glasses were to go for 5,700, they will go for that much. If they are to go for 3,400, they will go for that much.
And do you accept, like, if someone goes to another optician and they're told you need to get photochromatic lenses, they come and tell you, I need photochromatic lenses, are those allowed?
Yes, we allow that as long as someone has a prescription, a valid prescription. When I say a valid prescription, is that usually it's highly recommended. Optometrists, medical personnel recommend that everyone should have an eye checkup at least once a year, right? So when I say a valid prescription, I mean it shouldn't be older than 1 year. Because then if it's older than 1 year, then we have to do our own test to get to understand if the prescription has changed or not. Yes, exactly. So if the person comes in with a prescription, we can go ahead, help them choose a frame, get them a pair of glasses, just the usual way as if someone would have been tested at Lapaire.
And at this point, what will you say is your highest amount when it comes to frames, or rather to a pair of glasses?
To a pair of glasses. So the most expensive product that we have at the moment are progressive lenses, and they go for 9,900. Now, 9,900, it might seem high, but those lenses, the progressive lenses, have 3 parts. Right? So usually they're mostly prescribed to people who are over the age of 40, because when you get to the age of 40, it's very natural, happens to everyone really. There's a condition called presbyopia that makes it hard for you to sort of read things from close. I don't know whether you've seen your parent or your grandparents, sort of when they're reading something, they kind of have to take it like, exactly like, that's presbyopia, happens to everyone over the age of 40. So progressive lenses are to help correct that. So they have an upper lens that helps you see from far, then sort of like an intermediate lens that for people who use computers, because usually computers are not here, they're kind of like arm's length. Yeah. Exactly. So the intermediate lens is to help you see things from an arm's length, and then the lower part is to help you read things from a close distance. So it serves 3 purposes, and in addition to that, it will have anti-glare and photochromic lenses. So it will help you when you're on the computer, it will help you with the sunlight as well. So that's the most expensive product that we have right now. It goes for 9,900, that's for progressive lenses.
Well, today I'm actually learning their differences in lenses. I only know the photochromatic, but it's because I have a problem with light. Well, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back with more to understand exactly what goes on at Lapaire East Africa. We'll be right back.
You are Ability is common in everyone. Those abled differently also have immense ability.
Maybe we are not good in both, but we can be good in life.
They reach beyond the limits in their special, different way.
If the society can just be careful on what they call them and how they refer to them, that would at least be better.
They need to be loved. They have feelings. They would like to give love. It's a natural thing.
Catch their story on Beyond the Limit on TV 47 every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
The brain does not exactly know how to differentiate physical pain from the psychological.
Nilikuwa na feel nimefeel hata watoi wangu.
This month, our sisters, mothers and friends share their heartfelt stories of the pain and struggles with Joy Irongo.
We are all about being authentic and sharing our lifetime experiences to speak hope and empower a woman who's probably going through a rough patch.
Join us as we unravel the heartache.
So the doctor told me she has only 2 weeks to live.
Mimi nilikaa tu.
Welcome back to The Grind. We've been talking to the expansion manager of Lapaire East Africa, and she's explained to us the differences in lenses, and also how they've been able to price their glasses here at Lapaire. We're going to understand how they've been able to keep themselves in the market when it comes to marketing. How have you been able to put your name out there?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, a lot of the marketing that we do is online. We have very active social media platforms on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter as well. And so usually we source most of our customers online. But in addition to that, we also have what we call a B2B sort of platform, where we organize partnerships with different companies, and we're able to go test them at their location, at their offices, all of that. So we've worked with companies such as, we've worked with EABL, we've worked with Jumia, we've worked with Ashut Engineering, very many companies really over the years. And so basically, actually that was sort of the original plan of Lapaire, to be able to form partnerships, to be able to take the services to the people where they are. And that's why our B2B platform is actually one of our biggest sort of sellers at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Lapaire is not the only company that is selling glasses, or rather offering these kind of services to people at the moment. There are quite others. How have you been able to deal with competition so that you can say that I will go to Lapaire and I will not go to this other company?
I mean, that's a very good question. Some of what we can say are our unique selling points. One of them is, of course, the prices. Like I mentioned, the competition has like really high prices when it comes to glasses. But in addition to that, Lapaire is a very customer-centric sort of a service. This is just an example, I have met some people who have come to us who have been wearing glasses for years really, and they have no idea what's wrong with them. Right? So they have been wearing glasses. I've met someone who's been wearing glasses for 10 years, and then they just came, they're like, okay, so, you know, like, you've been wearing glasses for 10 years, what would you say is the issue? And they had no idea what was happening, because what happens is they go to the optician on a yearly basis, they just go, the checkup is done, they're told, here, your glasses, go. That's it, and nothing is ever really explained. And so that's what we are trying to sort of correct at Lapaire. Whenever you come in, when I say it's a customer-centric service, is whenever you come in, we explain to you exactly what's happening from the very moment that you enter through the door. Welcome to Lapaire Glasses, all of that. You're shown into the optometrist, they explain to you, this is what I'm about to do, and whenever that is done, this is what happened, these are your results, we explain the results. Even so, whenever the person is living here, they understand exactly what happened when they went to see their eye specialist.
Yeah. Well, you say that it's customer-centric. Will you say you have a specific target audience or a specific clientele that you target with Lapaire?
Like I said earlier, not exactly, because Lapaire is for everyone. What I said is our goal is to make eyeglasses accessible to everyone in Africa, and so that ranges from you know, people from the ages of like 18 all the way up really, because we want like everyone who is coming to Lapaire to be able to benefit from the services and the products that we're offering. Yeah.
So when it comes to CSR, you said also you target Akina Mama Mboga and those other kind of people.
Yeah.
When it comes to CSR, has Lapaire been able to achieve their CSR projects?
So we have had some projects. Earlier this year, we worked with Wema Foundation, Girls for Girls Foundation. I think it's based in Mombasa. In Uganda, we've also been able to visit Sanyu Baby's home. It wasn't exactly for, you know, ITs because they're babies. It was just to get to provide a few things that the baby's home did not have. We got to play with the babies a bit. We get to do some chores, and that was really fun. We really target to do these things because at the end of the day, yes, giving back to the community, yes, but also to get to understand what's happening in the community, like how can Lapaire help, not just in terms of the services that we're offering in eye care, but also, you know, in other ways that might not necessarily involve eye care.
Yeah. So for all businesses, they get challenges. What are some of the challenges that Lapaire has been able to face since the beginning?
COVID-19 has affected a lot of businesses, and, you know, Lapaire, of course, has also been affected. I mentioned that we have a business-to-business platform where we get to go to companies and test the vision of their staff and be able to prescribe glasses. But that has been very difficult with COVID-19 because most of these organizations are sort of limiting the foot traffic, the people who are coming to their offices for fear of exposing their staff. Most of those companies also have their staff working from home, so it's very hard to organize vision tests at the office when, you know, most of the staff is working from home. So I think that has been one of our biggest challenges. But I think also in addition to that, one of the challenges that we faced is awareness, because not many people really understand eye care, and when I say that, I mean people are supposed to get their vision test at least once a year, right? But not everyone knows that. Not everyone knows that they're supposed to do an eye checkup at least once a year. And this is really bad, especially for people who are hypertensive or diabetic, because, you know, these conditions can really affect someone's vision. So awareness has been one of our biggest challenges, and that is something that we are truly fighting to achieve, to, you know, sort of improve awareness on the importance of eye care.
Yeah. You've talked about having partnership with other companies so that you can go be able to check on their employees rather. How have you been able to maintain these partnerships and also build others in the process?
Okay, that's a very good question. I think how we've been able to sort of maintain these partnerships is basically because of the service that we're offering. I think the service sells itself because, you know, some of those companies, one thing that I think I would like to mention is that improving one's vision can improve their productivity by up to 10%. You see, and so whenever we explain this to companies, it's in their best sort of interest, of course, to increase productivity of their staff, but it's also because they care about their staff. They want a staff that is, you know, fully committed, fully, you know, present, and are able to do their job. It's a way of them giving back to their staff, and again, we offer a very much needed service, affordable glasses, free vision test, and this is what has made it possible for us to maintain such kind of partnership.
Ah, interesting. And what are some of the highlights that you will say, you look at this moment and you say, now this is why we are Lapaire? What are some of those highlights?
That's a good question. I think, of course, definitely when we expanded to West Africa, that was a big moment in the Lapaire journey. Our expansion to Uganda for sure, but also a big milestone is that we've been able to test over 60,000 people in Africa.
Wow.
60,000 plus vision tests in Africa, and they keep rising by the day, and we've been able to improve lives of over 20,000 people with glasses, and that for us is a big achievement.
There are people actually who have eye problem and they're like, okay, I'm not going to the doctors because I'm not wearing glasses. What will you say to such kind of people?
They're not going to the doctor because they don't want to wear glasses. Funny enough is that we actually have lots of such people who say they know to some extent that they have an eye problem, but they don't want to go see a specialist because they think that they will be prescribed glasses. But what I'd like to say to such people is that you're just hurting yourself even more, because the longer you delay going to see an eye doctor, the more your eyes are straining and the more the condition is worsening. Now, let me put this straight, like glasses don't sort of like correct your eyes, they don't like sort of mess with your eyes in any way, like to sort of improve your vision. They just help you to see better. So with the glasses, your eyes are not straining, because the glasses are helping them to see well. Without the glasses, however, your eyes are straining. The condition, if you have sort of an eye-related condition like short-sightedness or something like that, it will sort of keep getting worse because your eyes are straining even more. Yeah, so to people who are afraid of going to see an eye doctor, I think it's very important for you to know. I think knowledge, it's very important. Just go, especially for us, we do free vision test. So it's up to you just to come first, understand what's happening. Do you have an eye problem? Do you not have an eye problem? If you do have an eye problem, how do you resolve it? And then from there, having known all the information, then you can make a decision from there.
Yeah. When someone comes and purchases a pair of glasses from Youre, they get your services. How are you able to keep up with them? Do you get into contact with them to know how they're faring on?
Yeah, we do actually. We do follow up on our customers to, make sure that the glasses are helping them the way they were supposed to. A few days after delivery of the glasses, we do a call, we check in on them, how are the glasses doing, everything okay, the frame, the lenses, all of this. And we always leave a very open platform for people to give their feedback. If you go to our social media platforms, you will see a whole bunch of feedback that customers have shared. And this also helps us know whether the glasses are working or not.
Have you ever been in a position where that a client comes in, their eye problem is quite severe that you had to refer them elsewhere?
We have actually. So we partner with City Eye Hospital. It's this hospital on Gong Road. And whenever the condition that one of our patients has and we cannot resolve it with glasses, then we refer them to City Eye Hospital and they can get further sort of checkups there.
So you actually, has it ever gotten to a position that this person actually needs surgery?
In some cases, yes. It has, and since we don't do surgery, then we send them to City Eye.
So if I need to get in contact with Lapaire and actually get a pair of frames, this is one I've seen up there, but if I need to get in contact with you guys, how do I do that?
So first of all, I can give our phone number. You can reach to us on 0741 064 737. I'm just going to say that one more time. 0741 064 737. But also in addition to that, like I said, we have a very active online platform. And so if you go to Instagram or Facebook, you can get to us at lapaire.ke. Lapaire.ke, both on Facebook and on Instagram. Same thing as Twitter as well.
Now give me your parting shot before I wind up.
Parting shot. What do I say? I think I would very much like to insist on people taking care of their eyes, right? You mentioned earlier, you asked a question earlier about those people who are a bit skeptical about going to see the eye doctor. And like I said, information is everything. Don't just say that you want to go to see your eye doctor because you think they will, ask you to buy glasses. It's very important for you to understand what's happening with your body. The same way you do like blood pressure test, the same way you do like blood sugar test, all of these things, it's very important for you to know how your eyes are doing. Your eyes, I'm told, they're the windows to your soul. Very important, sight, vision, very important. Without our eyes, then, we are impacted in a lot of ways, really, and it affects our sort of day-to-day activities. So if you can go see your eye doctor, your eye specialist, please make that appointment. Do not miss that appointment. Go see your eye doctor.
Thank you very much for your time. Well, they say the eyes are the windows to your soul, and we've been told that improving your vision improves your productivity. We've been talking to the expansion manager of Lapaire East Africa, and she's gotten to explain exactly what it is running an optics business. And I've known you know now the difference between lenses. Me, najua to photochromatic because I wear photochromatic lenses. Well, until next time when you get to meet another business, another entrepreneur, my name is Violet Njeki, and until then, see you soon.
We value your feedback. If you would like to send questions, comments, or suggestions for your favorite TV47 shows, call us on telephone number 0740-047-047 or email us at maoni@tv47.co.ke. You can also write to us on PO Box 2358/00621, Nairobi. You can also drop your complaint or feedback at our offices located at number 10 Ojiji Close off Ojiji Road, Parklands, Nairobi.